Hey guys, welcome back. This is Candy with Sweet Creek Thrift, and today I have my January recap of all my sales from Poshmark, eBay, and one from Kidizen. So it was my first sale on Kidizen. So we do have that to include today. And so I'm going to break down all the sales with you. I'm going to walk you through, show you what they look like, and if there's anything interesting, I'm going to tell you about that. So if you're interested in that, stick around, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to minimize my little bubble, just like always. And we're just going to start at the top of the list, and I have just this many, 29 sales for the month. I am still building my business as I'm still a newer reseller. I've been doing this for a few years, but I did start taking it more seriously kind of in the latter half of 2023. So I've been slowly getting more and more sales. And this year I will be doing a monthly recap unless my business picks up to a point where there's just way too many to do in a month. And then I might break it up into smaller videos. So let's jump right into the first sold item. And I don't have them divided up. It's going to go back and forth between, Poshmark, eBay, etc. I don't have it divided up that way. Maybe in the future I'll divide it. I know there's a lot of YouTubers and other resellers who do divide it up. So I might eventually do that. But for now, I'm just going to go off of, it's supposed to be their way that I sold it from like the date, the next date. However, I noticed when I was going back to put this list together that I had missed putting a few sales, which is why I do like to do this too, because I realized I missed putting a few of my sales onto my actual spreadsheet for the month of January. So I actually sold more than I had thought originally, which is kind of funny. So the first item is this Nike training Blue Lagoon style dry fit asymmetrical shirt, size medium large. And it sold for $8. So I did get this in a donation. I paid $0. And I did have this for a very long time. I posted it September of 21. And I actually didn't post it to eBay until December of 23, which means that I kind of updated it. I also took new pictures, which could have something to do with it selling. As you can see, like I mentioned last month, I have started hanging them on hangers. And so I feel like it just presents better in the photos. And then I relisted it, which I've learned that tip from a lot of other people. I will just put it this way. A lot of other YouTubers have mentioned it. So I thank you very much for that tip. I have started implementing relisting my items, and it has been helping. So I appreciate that. It's good to learn these little tips, and that's why I really advocate for watching other YouTubers who do the same thing that we're doing, because I have been learning a ton of tips. So if you're new, definitely start looking into different YouTubers, really start watching all their videos. You're going to learn so much. I have learned so much just from watching people on YouTube. So that is also why I'm doing this, kind of just to help myself out, to hold myself accountable, to kind of be able to go back and like see my progression and things like that over time. So let's go back to this first item. So, and I keep going back and forth. I'm looking at where I'm at. So I did sell this one on Poshmark, and it sold January 2nd, of course, right in time for all those people that are going to work out for this year. And it sold for $8. So my gross was the gross was $8. And then the sales fee from Poshmark of $2.95. And then I did give them a shipping discount because I honestly just wanted this item gone. And I do tend to give a lot of shipping discounts. I try not to. And I am slowly learning not to do that unless, if it's been in my closet for a very long time, I'm probably going to give a shipping discount. But I'm going to slowly taper down on how many shipping discounts I've been giving, so I've been giving them often. And the net after fees, or my profit, was $3.03. And so as you can see, this is just like a Nike logo. It was really cute. I mean, it just had this unique design. It was slightly sheer and see-through in a way. Just one of those like over the top, and you wear your like sports bra underneath sort of a thing. So I thought that was cute. And the next item is this universal thread women's size extra large long sleeve, and it was like a gauze material button down shirt, and I guess I put coconut husk. I must have seen that somewhere. I probably did some research. I don't remember that. But okay. So I got this at the Goodwill bins in November, and my average cost of goods was $1.27. I posted it on December 4th to Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay. And I do remember I had a lot of interest in this item. I kept getting likes after likes, and it finally sold. Somebody did take that sale, and let's see, they paid $19.65. The sales fee of $2.90 and shipping fee was $4.20. So my net after my investment of $1.27 and then the fees ended up being $11.28. And actually they paid $18 total. I think I need to go back. I've been slowly switching my, I guess I'll have to look at it. It's probably with their sales tax. So yeah, that's probably right actually. The next item is this Chico's cotton gauze, also a gauze material, which was interesting for it to be right at the beginning of January. But it's a purple tunic, blouse, V-neck, and has the cute little buttons. And the sleeves are kind of like this 3/4 length sleeve, as you can see, and it had the little like roll tab, even though it wasn't an actual roll end, or like it wasn't like a cuffed end, but it just had that like little strap there. It was really cute, and this was the Chico's like plus size one, and so this did sell on eBay, and it was from the Goodwill bins also. I paid $1.27. I posted it on December 6th, and I posted it to Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay January 5th. So the gross was $24.65, my sales fee of $3.57. The shipping fees was $4.20, and then the net after fees, I earned $15.61. And the next item was this H&M blue quilted, kind of like a bomber style jacket with a zipper, and it was a size 6. And I actually had somebody almost buy this originally, and then she backed out when I had first posted it. She just, I don't remember what her excuse was, but that's not a big deal. She just decided it wasn't the right time for her, and then it sat for a little bit longer, and it finally sold. So that's what it looked like there. It did not have a hood. It was just this cute, like cropped style. And I did get this in the donation pile, so I paid $0. Posted it August of 23. To Poshmark, and it sold on Poshmark, and it sold January 5th. So the gross was $15. After the sales fee of $3, I earned $12 for that item. And then this is a bundle of 2 items. So I have sold, let me go back here, Divided and Adidas. So for the first item is this NASA branded the brand is Divided, but it had like a NASA branded cute little cropped sweatshirt, size small. We actually bought this for my daughter for Christmas a couple years ago. I think she maybe wore it once, and then she never wore it again. And then the second item, let me go back. The second item was this pair of Adidas. I've had these since I started reselling, and this came out of that donation pile as well. And I had originally taken some other pictures, and it really just, the color didn't come through properly, and I had it posted like that for like a really long time. And as you could kind of tell from this color here, it almost makes it look like a weird orangey, but it's pink and purple. So I just had these weird pictures. I finally when I was, because I was going back through and like redoing it and then reposting it with new pictures. And so I did that with this pair, and I actually took them outside to my gazebo. As you could see, this is the gazebo floor. So I got an outdoor lighting, and I think it just really reflected the picture, like the pictures reflected the color a heck of a lot better. So sometimes you have to be creative if the pictures aren't coming out right and you just really need a clear, better picture. I mean, I sat on these for so long, you guys. So just do it. Just go take the pictures, get it done, and get it posted. And you will probably see it sell a lot faster. So these two items was $20 total. And I posted them, I guess let's put here, I had, one was from my daughter's closet, the first one, so I paid $0. The second one was from the donation pile, so again, I paid $0. And like I said, the Adidas were posted for a very long time, from November of 2021. And then I did post the divided shirt, sweatshirt on July 31st of 23. So it wasn't posted quite as long. I posted it right before kind of people started looking for school stuff, so I thought maybe it would help it sell because it's a smaller size. Anyways, so they bundled those together, and so I sold them on Poshmark, $10 per item, so it's $20 total. And then after the $2 per item fee, it was $4 that they took off of the $20 total. And so I netted $16 for both items, making it $8 per item as a profit. So that's what I have written down. The next item is this Zanana, long, sort of a maxi, here's the brand, maxi red and white striped dress with a side slit. And it was like a sleeveless tank dress, really long maxi style. So this one I actually just recently got at the Goodwill bins December 27th. So after Christmas I went. I paid, my average cost of goods was $1 per item. I posted it January 6th to Poshmark and eBay. It sold on eBay January 7th, so one day. And the gross was $19.69, and then I have my buyer's tax here, my sales fee of $291, shipping fees were $488, which brings my total after my investment and that to $9.61. Which I will take because I got back, you know, that much of what I'd spent fairly quick, which was pretty cool. So my one item that I sold on Kidizen, and it's my first item I've sold, was this Wonder Nation kids tank top with a seagull. Like, it was this really cute picture of a seagull and French fries. I put funny graphic, you know, little kid size 6'7", and it is like a unisex, girls, boys. So my teenage daughter is pretty small, my youngest one, and she had bought this several years ago when she was even smaller, and she was able to actually still fit this, but she liked the print so much that she had bought it for herself, and then she put it in her donation pile. You know, again, she probably wore it a couple of times, and that was that. So it was just, you know, small girls can fit stuff. So it's kind of funny. And anyways, it was just this really cute shirt, and I figured somebody would like that. So this one I put $0 because it came out of my daughter's closet, and I posted it to Poshmark, and I posted it on October 5th of 23 to Poshmark, and then December 29th I actually posted it over to Kidizen. So the very end of December is when I started, like, I opened up a Kidizen account, and I started like reposting some of my kids' items from Poshmark over to Kidizen. So this is, I think, the only item I've sold there so far. And it sold January 7th, so maybe about a week or so it was on. Oh dear, oh my god. I'm tired, you guys. And then the gross was $12.45. And there was a sales fee of $1.46, shipping fees of $4.45, which made my net after fees $6.54. The next item is this puzzle that I completed called Sun's Out. It was a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle, and it's by this, I guess it's like a breakfast nook. The art is by Abraham. I thought I took a picture of it. It must be down here. There's the picture. Well, this is what when I completed it, because I like to do the puzzles and then I'll sell the puzzles. So usually if it's a puzzle that I have listed, it's one that I've completed myself. As long as all the pieces are there, then I will sell it. If it's not all there, I will maybe sell it, but I will definitely notate if it's missing a piece. So, and I've been taking pictures. I wasn't originally selling them, so some of the pictures I don't know where they all went, but most of them I have pictures of. So this one actually just did like 4 or 5 months ago. It was really cute. Anyways, this one had really unique puzzle pieces too. They were all like these different crazy shapes and stuff. Not just that uniformed, like one after the other in a row. This was like all over the place. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I did get this originally, let me go back down here, at this store called the Hand Me Up Shop, which is down in Houston. And I purchased it September 1st of 23 for $2. And I posted it to Poshmark on December 12th, posted it to eBay on the same date. It sold on eBay on January 8th for $23.68. So after the buyer's tax, the sales fee, the shipping fees, and the net after fees comes to $8.19. So you can see that, like, even though the buyer's paying a lot, your profit's going to be a lot smaller. So you do, understand why people try to post higher value items, because it is a lot of busy work to post so many items to get such small profits. And I think it's great when you're learning, and I can completely understand as you become a more established reseller that you would want to start weeding out the smaller items and just post the larger items. That completely makes sense. So some people are volume sellers and some people are qualitative sellers. I don't even know what the problem, but some people sell a lot and some people just really focus in on like 100% sell-through rates or just the higher value items, and that's all they sell. So yeah, I completely can see why people do that. I guess at this point in my reselling business, I feel like I'm more of a quantitative reseller. I'm just trying to get stuff posted so that I start to earn the sales, because as I get more items posted, the more sales will actually come through. So, and I have a lot to go through still, so maybe as I get more established and more, I would say it's probably going to be a couple of years before I'm really in the groove of going to the thrift stores. And as I do go to the thrift stores now, I am, unless it's at the bins. So the bins I will be less selective with. If I think it can sell, it's where I will buy a bulk of items because I can get it for a lower, like, average cost of goods. But if I go to Goodwill or somewhere, a thrift shop, and I'm just buying things at like $6 a pop or $8 or whatever it may be, I'm definitely going to be a lot more selective and a lot more careful with what I'm spending the money on. So that is one thing I'm learning a lot from other YouTubers. So it's just to be more selective about the items you actually are investing your money in. So yeah, it takes a lot to learn the business, but I think it's doable for anybody. And you just have to be patient, give yourself time, learn the lessons you need to learn, and it will come to you. So this next item is this Gap 1969, and it was like this camel colored corduroy legging jeans, skinny jeans, and size 28R or a United States version of 6 is what that is. You can kind of see the material here. Just this really cute, soft, light brown color. It was really pretty. And even though it's not the wider leg style that's been popular lately, there's still people that there's always going to be people that don't like those kind of styles. So I think you can still sell just about anything. It might not sell as quickly. It might have to sit for a while, but it's going to sell eventually if it's a good product. So this was the donated for a 0, and I posted it August of 22 to Poshmark. And then I just posted it to eBay on December 7th of 23. So it sat on Poshmark for a long time. And I think, let me go back to my pictures. No, I did not. I think I reposted it, but I used the same pictures. I might not have even reposted it. I don't remember, to be honest. I don't write down if I repost it. And then, but I did repost it to eBay, so it's possible I did repost it on Poshmark. It sold on eBay, though, on January 13th, so maybe it's just because eBay has a bigger market. A lot more people are on there. And then it sold for $20.65, and then after all the fees, I earned $13.41. So that was a decent sale for having to wait for a long time and then finally getting it sold, which is really cool. And the next item is this Skechers Luxe Foam Beverly, I guess like the model is Beverly Tiger Posse. And then it was like this leather, strappy, cork wedge sandals, 8W. And I'm an 8W or 8.5W. They fit me, so I knew it was going to fit somebody. They're just not something that I would normally wear too much. They were really cute now. So if I had somewhere to be that I really needed a pair of sandals, I probably could have worn them there and then just not. Because I just don't wear that kind of stuff too often. I just don't have places to go to wear it. But this is like a cork heel. And I did mark, you know, that it was worn. I showed all like the little wear marks, as you can see. So they did have a bit of wear to them, but hey, they were still really cute. And honestly, these leather straps are adorable. So yeah, somebody else thought so too. And I did not mark these up on price for that reason. So I did get the Goodwill bins, and since it was a pair of sandals, I got it for $1.99. The bins that I was at do charge per the shoe type. They don't put them in the weigh section. The weighing section where you pay by the pound. So it was an actual price of $1.99 for each sandals. And I posted it on January 11th, and I posted it to Poshmark and eBay. And it sold on eBay on January 14th, so it only took 3 days. And they paid $21.40. After all the fees, I earned $8.08. Or 80 cents. Yeah, $8.80, excuse me. I just realized I had looked at that backwards. And then this next item is, or 3 items, it's another bundle. This is my, I think, last bundle of this month. And the first item is this BCG, and it's a peach colored athletic workout tee, V-neck, short sleeves, just like a basic t-shirt. So this one is some, I got it at the Goodwill bins December 27th. So I paid $1, average cost of goods, and I posted it on January 10th. In fact, the BCG and the Matilda Jane, let me go over to that one real quick, because these are identical as far as all the stats go. So this Matilda Jane, once upon a time, flowy, long sleeve, striped, like a shirt dress, kind of like the jersey style almost, with this accenting sleeves, the way that the material is cut right there. And it's just, the Matilda Jane brand is pretty popular, but this is a adult. Here I go, I'm gonna yawn again, you guys. Apparently I'm tired today. So, but it was just this really cute, kind of like almost like a mustard yellow and a white. Very cute for springtime. So the BCG athletic workout shirt and the Matilda Jane shirt, both I got at the bins December 27th, which was $1 for each of those. And then I posted them on the same date, January 10th. And this bundle of 3 sold January 15th. So they sat for about 5 days. The third item on this order, I just realized that I got 2 Wild Fable. I totally moved the Wild Fable, the wrong one. So I'm not going to have the exact. This was a floral print sundress, buttons, peplum tiered dress. As you can see, it was really cute. And I marked it down for, you know, it was sold for basically $15 was what it says. But it was part of this bundle, and I just realized I messed up because right before this video, and I was getting all my little ducks in a row, I went over to my master log and I clicked Wild Fable, and I went and overrode the pair of jeans that I recently sold, and I just realized I did that. And so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that, but I'm not going to do it on this video because that will take too long. So I don't have the exact, but I did buy this at the bins for $1.27, and it was part of this sale. So I can go back and look at the totals here for you. So overall, and I have my calculator right here. So overall, it was $32 that they paid. Poshmark's fees was $6.40. The total for all 3 items was $25.60. And if you divide that by 3, then each item would have been about $8.53. And I think I wrote, yeah, because I took this one down. These first 2 I marked down by the dollar. So each item was $7.53 for my first 2. And $8.53 minus the $1.27 should be $7 and about 26 cents is what I earned for that dress. But this one had a lot of people interested in it as well. It was just a really cute style going into springtime. You can see that whoever this was gearing up for spring with their cute little dresses and spring colors. Just a really cute. And it just had this cute like baby doll style with the tiered. It was just adorable. Anyway, so there you go. I'll have to fix that after this video. The next item is this 90 Degrees by Reflex, or 90 Degree by Reflex workout athletic pullover with like this little twist knot at the front, and the brand logo is here, which I've said this before, but this is a gymnastics brand. This one, I believe, was a women's size extra large, just like you throw it over your workout sports bra again, something like that. So it was just a really cute light gray, just really cute crop style top. And let's see, 90 Degrees. So I got this at the bins on the 27th of December. So that was my $1 per item haul. And I posted it January 12th, excuse me, to Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay on the 17th. So it was sold in a very short time. And I wrote down $13.15 was the total minus the sales fee and the shipping fee. I did give a shipping fee on this. I earned $6.14. So for the item, I mean, it was such a lightweight item, really small, thin. It really weighed hardly anything at all. So I probably didn't even pay $1 at the bins for this, but that's okay. I was willing to let it go, and I earned $6 off of it. So there you go. And it was a quick flip. So I'm just trying to learn, like, I can get these small items, and even though they're smaller and it does take a little bit of work to get them posted, if I can turn over even, you know, 10 extra $6 items, that's $60, you know. For me, at this point in my life, it's worth it. And I will do the extra work if I have to in order to make the sale. And this next item is Christian Siriano. It's a modal, that's the material, and cotton blended long sleeve t-shirt, crew neck style t-shirt. It was really soft though, and it's a good brand, the Christian Siriano, New York, and a really pretty, just like a light blue. It did have some pilling going on, just very minor, and I put down soft material with a minimal wear. I mean, you could see it had a little bit, but overall it was in really good condition. Great for layering, especially in the winter time. So this was a donated item, so I paid $0 for it. I posted it on November 8th of this last year, 23. And I posted it to Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on Poshmark January 18th. So it just took about 2 months. It sold for $15, so my earnings was $12. The next item is my first return, supposedly. So I will explain. So I sold this CNC California 100% Lysol, which is the material. And it was this green colored high-low style button-down tunic that had long sleeves, has long sleeves. Really cute, guys. This was a really cute, it had this really cool like material and kind of a grunge vibe to it. It's just a really, really cool material. I really like it too. It's just really unique. And I got this at the Goodwill Bins November 10th for $1.27. I posted it to Poshmark and eBay on the December 14th. And so I sold it on eBay January 19th. So it only took about a month-ish to sell. And it sold for $29.79. The buyer paid their tax, the sales fee, and then after the shipping fee, I earned a profit of $17.94. And for this item, it got sent to her, and then on eBay, I am offering returns, free returns, or I guess returns, or I do allow returns. So I have heard that it's good to offer returns. See, it's right here, 30-day returns, but the buyer pays for the return shipping. So I do have that on there, and this person contacted me right after they received it. They said they tried it on and it didn't fit properly or whatever. So basically they wanted to return it because of the fit of the item. And so I went ahead and accepted the return. They got their money back, and they opened, like, I guess, you know, they purchased a return ticket off eBay, but they have yet to actually ship it. So it's been about 2 to 3 weeks now, and they haven't shipped it yet. According to my research, because this is my first experience with returns on eBay, according to my research, they have, I think, 45 days to get it back to me. And then if it's still not back to me by then, I might get my money back for this item. But as of now, I have returned it. So I did mark down a return sent. I had to add a new column. So I added a return column of $17.75. So supposedly I still earned a little bit because I don't know. It just seems kind of wonky, but I just put down the amount that eBay says they gave me back, or they returned to this person. So it is what it is. And I guess we'll see if I get it back. That's going to be the question now. This person, I did go look. They do have over 100% positive comments for being a good buyer. So I hope that's the truth. And it's just kind of odd that they haven't sent it yet. But, you know, sometimes life happens and maybe they forgot. I did send them a message and they never responded. So I don't know. The next item is Talbot's embroidered pup. It was a Frenchy pink polka dot sweater. Really cute. I found this in the bins, and I got it at the Goodwill Bins December 27th for $1 per item. Posted it to Poshmark and eBay and Mercari on January 17th of 24. It sold on Poshmark on January 21st. So it just took a few days. So I knew this one was probably going to sell quickly, especially considering it was also pink and Valentine's Day is coming, and it just seemed the perfect time of year for that. So they paid $25 and a sales fee of $5 for that item. So my net after fees was $19. That was by Talbot's. I'll show you the pictures. I keep forgetting to show pictures sometimes. But this was by Talbot's. And it was just this really cute pink thinner sweater with little polka dots and then that Frenchie on the front. Really cute. And the next item is this Garnet Hill, like a cream and white wool blend lace sweater. And it was a size medium. And it's by the Garnet Hill brand, which is fairly popular, and has this really delicate lace along the, kind of like along the edges where the sleeves meet the body. And I also like that it has this, like, the little, I can't remember the name of this. I think I wrote it down somewhere, now I forget what it's called, where it has the little dots cut out inside the material. But it was just this really cute, really thin, kind of a thinner, lightweight, off-white, creamy, off-white material. It had a lot of interest right away, and this was one, let me see if I can find it, right here. I'm not the best seamstress, but like I've said before, I do know how to stitch a few stitches. I know how to sew. I don't have a sewing machine anymore, but I might invest in one at some point. I did learn how to sew when I was a kid, but I haven't really sewn much of anything since then. But I do know how to take a needle and a thread and like make a few stitches. So I can definitely stitch some stuff up. So anyways, there was this little tiny hole in the back. I had it in my mending pile once I realized that after I bought it at the bins, and I finally started mending stuff. So I have my, I got some little extra menders. So let's see if I can show it to you. So like I have my cute little sewing kit right here. And I can just pull it out and just stitch some stuff as I'm going. So yeah. And you can't really tell. You can tell. I'll just put it this way. But when it's on somebody and then they're wearing it, I don't think it's going to be that noticeable. So I did mention, hey, I did fix it. And I took a picture and put it there. So somebody should know. But this, I posted, let's see. So Goodwill Bins, I bought it November 10th for $1.27 average cost of goods. And I posted it after I mended it. And again, I let it sit in kind of like a pile until I finally was like, I need to get through the rest of that so I could get all those items posted. So I finally went through and did some mending. So this was I posted it January 18th. And that was posted to Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay on January 24th. So about a week. And it sold for $27.68. And my gross, no, that was the gross. My net was $16.29. So that turned into a pretty cute sale. And I did actually take it. I washed it, and then I stitched it, and I steamed it. So I did all this work to make it, and then I took the pictures. So like it's a process just to make sure it looks nice. Because it was a cream, you know, I had to make it look really good. The next item is by Alfani, and it was a petite. I've also had this for a while. It was this floral print, cap sleeves, kind of like a black and white print, and then it had these big pops of blue flowers on it. And it was also new with tag. And it's a petite small. It makes it hard to sell. I know that the sizing does matter, especially it's just going to be harder to sell the smaller sizes, but this came out of that donation pile. I paid $0. I posted it August of 22, and it sat for a really long time. And I posted it to eBay December 19th of 23. And as you can see, I took a picture of it on hanger, which means that I retook the pictures and I steamed it. And I made it look better than I originally had the pictures, and then it sold. So it's definitely going to be worth your time if you can get hangers and steamer and really make your clothes look. They do sell if you do that. And then it sold on eBay on January 25th, so it did sit about a month and a half before it sold. Sold for $18.67, and after fees, my profit was $10.75. So I was just happy to see it go. Now, this item I did find at a traditional Goodwill and not at a outlet bins. So this is by Soft Surroundings, and it's the Iona. It's a tunic, a watercolor artsy button-up blouse, and slightly sheer. Long sleeves. Is really pretty, you guys. Really pretty. I knew it was going to sell. I did post this before I started putting stuff on hangers, so you can kind of see. I did find the stock photo of what it looked like. So I do put it sometimes like farther into my listing and not as like the main picture, just in case. I just don't want it to be like, I've been trying to be fairly good about that and not posting it unless it's like a really hard to show item. And it would make more sense to show it on somebody's body. But a lot of people know Soft Surroundings and stuff. But I did want to show what it would look like. And you can see it's just really cute. So I did get this to sell. It sold on eBay. And I bought it at the Goodwill store on November 28th for $5.99. And let's see. I posted it to Poshmark and I posted it to eBay December 6th. and it sold on eBay on January 26th, so about a month and a half. And then they paid $35.99 gross after shipping and sales fees and their taxes and all of that and investment. I made a profit of $18.46. Really cute. I knew the second I found it that I was going to get it, just because I've seen, I know Soft Surroundings is a good brand, but I also know that you probably need something with a little bit more like design on it or something. I think I have another Soft Surrounding. It's like very plain and it's just sitting there. Actually, I have a couple of things. They're just sitting there, but I haven't got around to taking pictures with them on a hanger yet. I've been slowly working my way back through older inventory and like pulling stuff out, hanging it, steaming it, taking new pictures, and then reposting. And I know they'll sell eventually. I just haven't got to that point yet. So this next item is this XCVI brand, as you can see right here on the label. And it is this wide leg boho roll down waistband, kind of like a comfort pants with these super wide legs. And I did get this, I believe, at the bins, and it does have a marking, it's like a bleach stain on the back. There's a couple of them actually. So, and then the hem of it wasn't like terrible, but it wasn't great either. So I did make a note of that in my posting, and I obviously showed pictures, but you can see the back. That's the back. So you can see that the little spot is on the back of the legs, one on each leg. It's not that noticeable, but and it has this interesting like contrasting material going down the front of each leg, and then had pockets and that like comfy waistband. So anyways, it had a lot going for it, and these originally sell for like, I think they retail for 80, 70, 80, I think, something like that. But anyways, so I found this at the Goodwill bins for November 10th. So that was my $1.27 per item day. And Poshmark and eBay, I posted it to both of those on December 7th. It sold on eBay on January 30th. And the gross they paid was $31. And after all the fees, I earned $20.85. So even if it's got some markings and stains, I think it's still worth checking, because if it's a brand people want, then they're gonna still buy it. I mean, if it's just interesting. I've noticed that even if it's got a little bit of a stain, if it's not like a huge stain, obviously huge stains are probably definitely not worth it. But if it's like a really minor stain, but it's a really good quality item, it's still worth picking up, in my opinion. The next item is this Cato women's denim western high-low long sleeve button-down shirt. And it had these kind of like western sleeve, like where the stitching is. It looked very westerny to me. And it was a size large, and it had the front pockets, and then it had like the roll tab sleeves. So yeah, it had a lot of just different features going for it. And this was from December 27th trip to the Goodwill bin. So that was my $1 per item. And I posted it on January 8th on Poshmark and eBay, and it sold on eBay on January 29th for $23.49, and my profit was $13.11 for that item. The next item is this Torrid microfiber, kind of like a black and floral lace bralette, size 2, which is the Torrid plus sizes. And this was one that I got out of my closet because I did buy it for myself. And then I realized that I prefer the Torrid's racerback style rather than the straight style. So even though it fit just fine, I just personally prefer the racerback style. And so I went ahead and decided, just because I didn't absolutely love this item, to go ahead and resell it. And so I put it out of my closet, which means that invested zero, even though I did buy it for myself, but I invested zero in this item. And so I posted it on Poshmark July 20th, and it sold on January 30th. So it's out for about half a year, for about 6 months. And my gross was 15, or the buyer's gross was $15. After fees, I earned $12 back, which I probably ultimately lost money on that, but you know, I'm still gaining money since I didn't donate it and I sold it. And then this next item, some of these items are like out of order from when I sold them, because I realized when I went, these are the items I added at the end, I realized that I had not put them on my January spreadsheet yet. So this is by, I think it's a collab with Linda Allard and Ellen Tracy. I think, where's the light? There it is. Linda Allard, Ellen Tracy, and I do believe it was a collab. I'm not really sure these brands very much. I don't know a lot about these two brands. I've never really heard of them before this, so I will have to do more research if I get more items by them. But this is a women's kind of like this linen, and it was a linen and cotton open front jacket, shacket. There was no buttons or anything. It's just an open, and I felt like it was kind of Asian-y inspired, but it also is a dry clean only. I was gonna steam it, but it says cool iron, and I don't have an iron that I can use on cool right now, so I guess I'm gonna have to invest. I didn't want to invest. I invested in a steamer, not an iron, and I thought, oh, I can just use the steamer. I don't know that I can steam this, but it is dry clean, and don't they use steaming? I don't know. I was just afraid, and when I looked up, can dry clean only be steamed, and it said no on Google, so I was like, I almost, because I was gonna steam this, and then I was gonna send it to the buyer, but I felt so bad. I was like, dang it. So I gotta figure that out. The last time we used our iron, which wasn't on any of the clothes I'm selling, but my daughter needed to use an iron, and we went to iron a white shirt, and our iron had like what looked like brown rust leak out of it, like liquid. So it stained her shirt, which was unfortunate, and I haven't replaced that iron. I don't want to use that iron on any of my stuff, so we threw the iron away. So I don't have a real iron at this point. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look into cool iron. I guess I'll have to invest in an iron at some point. So yeah, this one was really cute though, and I did get this at the Goodwill, traditional Goodwill, and I bought it on October 21st for $7.99, so I kind of paid up for that, and I posted it on October 23rd, so I posted it 2 days after I bought it, to Poshmark and eBay. It sold on eBay on January 10th for $30.30, and I did give a lot of, like, okay, so it was $2.05 in taxes, sales fee was $4.31, their shipping fees was $6.44, so I earned, after the investment of $7.99, I earned $9.51. I miss how terrible. I'm glad I got my money back, and I earned money, so I can't complain. But it's definitely not like a $15 sale. So I'm hoping that, like, if I'm going to go spend $8 on an item, I need to be smarter with the money. And, like, I would like to see that be an investment of, like, I don't know. I'd like to see at least a profit of, like, closer to 20 would be nice. But that would be my goal for the future. For now, I will take what I can take. And if I'm going to get a profit of almost $10, I'm going to be happy with it. I'm happy it's not zero. And then the next item is this Figs Technical Collection Jogger Scrub Pants for women, medium petite style sizes. And these were not in the best condition, and I did notate that they were not in the best condition. And I'm pretty sure I have some pictures here, but let's see where they're at. So yeah, so some of the threading was loose, as you can see, and coming out. And I made sure I took some clear pictures of the fact that it's doing that. And there's another spot where there's threading missing. It also had some stains on it. And so I did put some clear marks that there are some stains going on this particular set of Figs. But I also know Figs is, again, this is another example of where people will still buy it even with stains if it's a good quality item that people want. So I found this at the Goodwill bins on November 10th. So that was my $1.27 day, and I posted it on eBay. I didn't even post it to Poshmark, which I thought was funny, but I posted it to eBay November 24th, and it sold on eBay on January 16th for $22.25, and the sales fee was $3.25. The shipping fee was $6.44. So my profit was $11.29 after fees. So I still earn money off of it. I mean, it's over $10 in sales in profit, so it's, you know, it's still worth it, even if it's got a little bit of a stain on it. So don't like completely ignore the fact if it's a popular item, even if it has a stain, it's very likely still gonna sell. And if it's at the bins, I would not pass it up. And then the Hollister, this is a men's kind of like a faded black distressed style jeans, size 30 by 30. And it was this super skinny, I guess there's that logo. Really, there's not much, just a plain pair of like distressed style jeans, as you can see. But it had the patch. Obviously, I didn't sell this for much. It came out of my, excuse me, had a tickle in my throat. I guess I've been talking for too long. It has been 50 minutes. So this one came out of my donation pile, and so I paid $0, and I've had it for a very long time. I posted this to Poshmark April of 22, and it sold on Poshmark January 7th of 24. So almost 2 years that it sat there, so I was totally fine with it leaving. They paid $7 for it. Poshmark took $2.95, so I earned $4.05, and I was glad that it was out of my boxes. So yeah, I was glad I made space. And then the last item is, it's this Seiko brand. I guess I never clicked on it. Let's go in here. It's this Seiko brand puzzle, Disney's Aladdin, and it was a 2,000 piece puzzle. And I also did this puzzle, but I did not get a picture of, or did I? Yeah, no, I didn't. I know I took a picture, but I'm pretty sure it's on my daughter's phone. My daughter moved to Oregon to go back to school. I want to say she's probably got the picture of it on her phone. I'm going to have to look because I couldn't find the picture, but I know we took a picture. But I did decide to sell this. I put that it was for my closet because I had it for like a couple years. And so I put $0. I don't remember what I paid for it, where I got it, probably at Goodwill. And I posted this to Poshmark and eBay October 23rd, and it sold on Poshmark on January 11th for $15, and my profit was $12. So that is the last item that I sold, and I do try to take pictures of like the inside of the box and show them like the box where all the pieces are, and then like if there's like one of those pictures inside, I do try to get pictures so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. But anyways, so I did make, let's see, let's break down the month now and then we will be finished. So the total amount that I paid for all items was $32.86. That was the total amount that I actually invested in any of these items that sold. My total gross the gross sales amount was $526.47. Then I put buyer's tax, and I have started putting, like on this one for Poshmark, I've started putting $0 for Poshmark, and eBay has a sales tax sometimes, and then they don't sometimes. And I think it depends on the state that the buyer lives in. I think that's what's going on. But sometimes the little breakdowns put the sales and the sales tax, and sometimes they don't. So I'm pretty sure it's just based on the buyer's state. But I have decided that because Poshmark builds the taxes into the sales fee. So when you see Poshmark's sales fee is $2.95, that's including the buyer's tax if there is one. So I've started putting $0 for any Poshmark, and then I started writing sales tax is only under eBay because eBay does not do it that way. They have the buyer's tax and then they have your sales fees separate. So I do have a column specifically for that reason, just so I can break it up for the eBay sales. But yeah, okay. So now that I've explained that, the total buyer's tax is $14.04. Total Poshmark fees was $87.23, and total shipping fees, meaning any shipping discounts or any fees that I paid. So for Poshmark, it would be shipping discounts. And on eBay, since they do have you basically buy the label, it comes out of the total gross. So I have marked down how much I paid for the labels, and that comes to $82.16 in shipping, which brings my net profit after fees for the month of January to $310.18. Now, I did take off the refund that I had to send back for the returned item, even though I haven't received that item back yet. And so once that goes, once it's already come off, I've already lost that money. So I might get it back later, but as of now, I've lost it. So I did put down a new column, total minus refunds of $292.43. So that would be my actual amount, take home pay, basically, that I earned in the month of January. So I think I did pretty good. I have learned a lot of lessons. I have new experiences, aka a return, and I think I've learned, some new things, what sells, what doesn't sell. I know I've learned just various other things, but anyways, so I do post just sold videos as shorts on YouTube and on my Instagram. So if you're interested in following me on Instagram, it's just Sweet Creek Thrift. You can find me there. And I do sometimes post clothes. I should post more clothes there, but I don't. But I should. I've mostly been using it to create my little reel, the reels. And so I've been using it to create the reel, and then I download the reel and save it and then post it onto YouTube as a short. I just feel like it seemed, I don't know, it just seems the easier way to do that. I might be wrong. So if you think I shouldn't be doing it that way, let me know. But that's just how I've been doing it. So, but I've been posting these little shorts basically that are kind of like ship with me in a way videos. So it basically breaks down as I sell items. I show you the item. I tell you about the item. And then I tell you like all this stuff that I just told you in this video, but I break it up into little shorts. So if you're interested in that, throughout the month, you'll find those. So definitely kind of tag along. And if you find that interesting, follow me, subscribe, so that you can get those shorts to pop up on your feed if you are a shorts viewer. That was a lot of words to say at once. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely hit the like button if you watched it this far. I really appreciate knowing that there's people out there that find this interesting. And if not, that's okay too. I hope you have a good day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And thank you so much. Bye.